guys. I'm actually enjoying the weather. The weather is so cool. Like, it's not raining, it's not sunny. It's just a bit windy and cold. But then I know very well that I can cope. So, about the Canada Express entry, I got a message too that actually this one is coming from a very close friend of mine that I should explain to her the whole process of the Canada Express entry. There are so many routes to Canada. I keep on telling people that UK is not the only country you can actually move to. In fact, as a matter of fact, UK is making policies every day that it's becoming so it's becoming almost not favorable for migrants, really. So you might start considering other countries like Canada, like Australia, like America, and the rest of them. So if you're interested in going to Canada, the best part is to go through the express entry route. The very first thing you will need, the very first document you will need if you are considering Canada is to write your IELTS. If you don't have IELTS, you can either write IELTS or you write CELPIP. Both of them are English language tests. In UK, if you're coming through the student visa route, there are so many ways of proving your English language proficiency. Like the one I told you people about, getting a letter from your school to prove that your course was taught in English. But for Canada, there's nothing like that actually for Canada. For Canada, you must have to write your IELTS or you write self-pip. IELTS is more common because you can write that one everywhere in every part of the country in Nigeria. But for self-pip, I think they write only in Lagos and Abuja. In London too, in England too, they write only in London. So that's why self-pip is not that common, but both of them, any of them is fine. So when you write your English language test, you target to score like from band 7. Okay, it depends on the occupation. I know healthcare is as low as maybe a band 4 or thereabouts, but it's good to target and get a very good score, maybe band 7, so that you can use it for just anything, depending. You wouldn't know what, and I think the higher the band you have, the higher the score, the higher your CRS scoring. So Canada uses a system of scoring. When you create an express entry profile after you have written your English language test, you get your credential evaluated by WES. There are so many other agencies evaluating credentials. The most common one is WES. So when you get your credential evaluated by WES, you now go and create an express entry profile. Excuse me. You now go and create an express entry profile. So when you create the profile, they use a scoring system. They will score you based on your qualifications, based on your age, based on your experience, based on so many things. So it's usually advisable for you and your partner, if for married couples, it's usually advisable if the man is the main applicant, let the woman also write IELTS, the English language test. If the woman is the main applicant, let the man also write. And if you can speak French, because of course you know that Canada has two official languages, that is English and French. If you can speak French, it will give you an edge, because most of the time it boosts your score really, and then you can just be anywhere, because you know that in Canada, if you're not a French speaker, it will be very difficult, almost impossible for you to reside in places like Quebec. But if you're a French speaker, it will give you an edge, not only boost your CRS score, but then it will also help make you, have options. Quebec can give you provincial nomination and you can work in just any job, because there are some jobs you will see they will need a French speaker or an English speaker, or somebody that is bilingual, that can speak the both languages. So if you can write French, of course, it's going to boost your score. The target is to get a high score when you are in the pool. Because after profiling, assuming you have BSc or you have masters, and then your partner has BSc or masters, and then you wrote your IELTS, your score is band 7, and then maybe your age is between 30, 35, all that will be factored. Then when you put all your details in the express entry profiling, it's going to score you. Assuming your score is maybe 300, then you'll be in the pool and be waiting. They do draw, I think they do draw every month or every 2 months. When they do draw, they will now call numbers that can apply and send them an invitation to apply. So if your number falls, the scores, if your score falls within that number that can apply, then you will receive an invitation to apply. So the target is always to make your score high, because assuming you're 300 and then they do draw and they are calling people from 400, you see, you will not, you are not going to scale through that period. So the plan is to make your score high. While you are in the pool, you can do so many things to get your score to come up. Something like if you have BSc and you can quickly do your masters, that will boost your score. Or if you have English language and you can quickly do French, that will boost your score. Or bata get a job. If you can get a job, that's 600 added to your score already. So assuming you're 300 in the express entry pool from your profile, and then you got a job, and you see you are already plus 600, that's 9. There's nothing that will make you not to go. In fact, you even be the one telling them when you are resuming. So once you get a job, that is automatic, your score will go up. And once they do draw, of course you will be part of those that will be given an invitation to apply. Or you can go for provincial nominations while you're in the pool. You can go to all these provinces, the Alberta and the rest of it, because Canada, provinces have their own um, jurisdiction, their own thing. So if a province nominates you, that will also boost your score. I think that one too is about 600 or so. So there are some provinces that the qualification, the requirements for their nomination is not that tough. There are some provinces that you must have a sibling living in the province as part of the requirements. There are some that the person doesn't necessarily need to be your sibling, but it can be a relation, it can be a friend. There are some provinces that you must get a job in the province, and of course you know that if a province nominates you, that means you must live in that province where you move to Canada. So all that is things you need to do your research on. Find out the provinces, check their requirements, and see if you pass the requirement. Then you can apply for provincial nomination while already in the pool. Before you do that, make sure that you are already in the pool, so that once you get the provincial nomination, it's going to boost your score. And of course, when they do their draw, they will give you an invitation to apply. Because even if you go through the provinces to apply for provincial nomination, you will still come through express entry route for you to finish up your application and the rest of it. So that's basically it on a summary, summarily. But I might have to do a well detailed video. If you want to do the research on your own, go to canada.ca. All other provinces are there, whether it's Alberta you want to go to. Meanwhile, once you are able to create an express entry profile, then you can be able to go into job bank. While you're in job bank, you start looking for jobs. So the reason why some of you are putting up application for jobs and you're not getting responses is because you don't have an express entry profile number. Most of these jobs, when you're applying, you quote your profile number. That shows that you're already in the express entry, you are already eligible, because that express entry, you have to be eligible before you can be able to create a profile. So you having an express entry profile, it's more like telling whoever it is, whether it's an employer or the school that wants to deal with you, that okay, you have passed the eligibility. Okay, so you go there, create a profile, go to job bank and start searching for jobs. Search for jobs in your different discipline, in your different occupation, any job at all. In fact, currently the province of Alberta, there's something, this program they're doing, Alberta is calling. It's really a huge one. They are recruiting from overseas. They have a lot of jobs there: plumbers, carpenters, cashiers, bookkeepers, a lot of it. So when you go there, you can go to that province, you see the jobs, you apply, and then you wait for them to get, if you are lucky enough and get an employer to give you a job offer, that means you're there already. So guys, I think this is just a brief summary of what I meant, because I mentioned it and someone is like, can I throw more light on it? This is just like, excuse me, the wind is just too much. This is just like a brief summary of how the Canada Express entry system works. For a well-detailed video, that is something we have to do later. Okay, so I believe this can more like throw a little light on it for people that really want to consider that route. And then when you do your research more, please, whenever you're going for anything Canada, make sure the website is canada.ca. Job bank is there, the link to their job bank is there, everything is there. Any other province you want to visit, the link to their to the distance to their websites are there. Everything is made easy there. Okay, so I wish you guys all the best while you're trying your japa, ambition. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't even feel that, oh, you can't do it or you can't. Don't give up. Keep on pushing and you'll get there. Okay, guys, this is supposed to be a very brief one because I didn't come out with my tripod stand and my hand is already paining me. Until I drop the next video, guys, you take care. Bye bye.